Both I have added here. Finally, what is the summary? This is one-to-one. In the same way, I have one-to-many and many-to-many also. Okay. So complete notes are available. So in both I have explained embedded way also and referencing way also. In today's session, let's understand about the operators in MongoDB. Operators in MongoDB. So we have learned operators in our JavaScript, right? Arithmetic operators, logical operators. Like that, we have some operators in MongoDB also. Using those operators, we can access documents based on certain conditions. Okay. So for that also already I have a PDF. I have created notes for that as well. Okay. So let me just close this. Here, operators. Okay. So we have a lot of operators, around 20 plus operators I have documented here. So you guys can go through all those operators. Okay. So let's learn few operators here so that you will understand the concept, how to use those operators. Then remaining operators you can learn by yourself also. So first we will start with the comparison operators because we are aware of comparison operators in JavaScript, right? What are the comparison operators we have in the JavaScript? Comparison or relational operators. So greater than, less than, greater than equals to, right? Less than equals to, double equals to, triple equals to, not equals to, not double equals to. Like this, we have a lot of comparison and relational operators in JavaScript, right? In the same way, we have operators in MongoDB also, but we are not going to use this kind of symbols. We have a different way to use those operators, okay? So let's learn step by step all the operators. First, let's learn equal to operator. So how you are going to indicate or define this equal to operator using $eq. Anything starts with dollar in MongoDB is called operator. Anything starts with dollar in MongoDB is called operator. So here EQ with dollar, right? So it is the operator. Which operator? Equality operator. What is the use of this operator? Matches documents where the values of a field is equal to specified value. Suppose you have created one collection in that you have added lot of documents. Now you want to find only those documents whose city is Hyderabad. Or maybe you want to find only one document out of all the documents. You don't want to list out all the documents. You want only one document based on its ID field, maybe based on its name, whichever unique field is there based on that. So in that case, we can go with this equal to operator. So what is the syntax? So we have to use find function only. And in that find function, you can add this object as a first argument. And in that object, you have to add your field name, nothing but in your documents, you will have a lot of properties, right? Those properties in MongoDB, we call as a fields. Field name, and then again, colon and object. Then we have to use equal to operator and our mentioned value. This is the example. So find documents where age is equal to 25. Okay. So let's try now. So let's open our command prompt. How to connect with our MongoDB server? Mongo shell, right? Mongo shell. Press on enter button. You are connecting with the MongoDB server. Now you got the interface. Now this interface is called, which interface it is? Mongo shell. This is called Mongo shell. Okay. You have just activated Mongo shell. The moment you add this command, it's like you are activating that interface and connecting with the server. Just press on enter button. Okay. Now you are in the Mongo shell terminal. You are not in the command prompt. It is like a Mongo shell now. Now here you can use all the commands of MongoDB. So now, yesterday we have created a lot of databases, right? Today let's create one more database. Okay. So use DB ops, nothing but operators, 22, 23. Okay, we got database. Now in this database, I want to create one collection with the name called students. Let's assume that. Okay, so what we have to do, db dot create collection. Okay, we got students. Now in this, we want to add the details of students. I want 50 documents I want to add. How many documents? 50. Now will you sit and create 50 documents? In that case, you can go with anything. This time, let's go with Gemini. Okay, Gemini, right? Gemini means, yeah, not Gemini channel. Okay, so you have Gemini channel, right? Gemini Cinema. What we have? Gemini. Gemini only, right? Okay. Now, who created this AI tool? Google. Google will be creating this chart. Okay. Now, ask create. Let's go with 20 documents in MongoDB for students collection with underscore ID 1 as a value, and then we want name, we want gender, we want email, and let's take phone number. Phone number, comma city. Here we will add Indian city. Let's see whether it will generate Indian cities or not. And increment underscore ID value. Okay, I will not add that. Let's see whether it will give us the ID in the increment fashion or same ID it will add. Let's see. Underscore ID is 1. City is also Indian city it is giving, right? Now, IDs are in the increment fashion. Okay, names also Indian names only it is giving now. Like 20 documents. Okay, so now you can just copy all this entire thing. You can go back to your terminal and here tell me how to add multiple documents in our collection. db dot students dot insert. Okay, make sure whenever you are using this command, I is in the lowercase, m is in the uppercase. Okay, sometimes in flow we don't observe and directly will write like this and things will not work. And we struggle a lot, and later on we will come to know that we are doing this syntax mistake. Okay, then add the parenthesis, close parenthesis, and all the documents are added. How to access all the documents now? db dot students dot you say fine, it will give all the 20 documents. But right now, I don't want to find all the 20 documents. Okay. Now, I think all the city names are also unique right now. So I want to find the document whose Indian city value is Delhi. Means I want to access this document too. Now in this anyways underscore ID value is a unique. Apart from that, I think city also became unique and even phone numbers are unique. So based on any field, you can access your document. So right now I want to access my document based on Indian city name. So let's go how to access that. So let me open new tab. Let me clear, no, let me just say Mongo sh clear use db ops 22, 23. And here let's add our commands. Okay. So what we want to access only one document. How to access? db dot collection name students dot find one. You can use find function also and find one will also work. Right now, let's go with the find. Find. And what is the syntax now? Add one document. In that, based on which field we want to access the data? Indian city, right? Indian underscore city. Exactly what key we are using to add our fields, exactly that key we have to use, okay? And its value should be object. Nice. Then operator. Which operator? Equality operator. Nothing but equal to. Colon. What should be the value? Value. Okay. Now see, it is giving us the document. But if you observe the response, it is returning one array. In that array, it is returning the document. Right? So instead of calling this as object, what do you have to call? Document. In MongoDB, we always use the term document. Document and what we call to this, properties or fields?
Fields.
Fields we have to use. Okay. Sometimes in flow, because of habit, we use objects or properties, but we have to rectify them. Now, observe, if you are using find function, it returns array. In that array, you have a document. But if you want directly that document only, we don't want array. Yes, in that case, we have to go with find one. Now it will directly return the document. And this is one of the famous interview question. What is the difference between find and find one? Because both are going to return a specific document if you pass the argument. Then what is the difference? You have to say that find will return array. In that our document will be returned. But if you use find one directly, your document will be returned. Okay. Now I want to access all those documents whose city is not Delhi. Right now we are accessing the document whose city value is Delhi. But now my task is I want all those documents whose city is not Delhi. Means remaining all documents. City can be anything, but it should not be Delhi. How to do? This is where another operator comes into picture. That is your not. How you will use not equal to operator now? Using NE. Okay. In JavaScript, how we use exclamatory mark and equal to operator. Here, let me add just dollar EQ first, second one, dollar NQ. NE or NQ? NE, okay. Here we will confuse. I also done that mistake so many times. Instead of writing NE, I used to write NQ. Okay, in flow. But it's a NQ. Now go back to your interface. Clear this. Same find one, not see now again one. Find one I'm saying, and here instead of EQ I'm using N. In this case, what happens? Yeah, it returns only one document, which like first encounter document it will return. So what is this city? Only one, but we don't want one. We want all. Whose city is not equals to Delhi. So in that case, better to go with find. So whenever you want to access only one document, always prefer find one. But if you want in array format, prefer find. It is returning all the documents. So I think document 2 will not be there. So after one, directly you have 3. Because cities are unique here. That's okay. Understood how to use not dollar any. Next. Greater. Here, based on what field we can use this operator. Don't have anything. Okay, let's assume that I want to access all those documents whose ID value is greater than 10. Right now, ID value is 6, 7 numbers, right? I want to access all those documents whose ID value is greater than 10. Okay, means first 10 users I don't want. I want the next 10 users. Totally, how many users information is present in our document? 20. So I don't want first 10. I want last 10 users information. Sometimes you will get such requirement, right? So how to access? So for that, we can go with $GT. Okay, so be careful with this names. GT. How to use? Same. Syntax is almost same, and same find function only we have to use. Let me go back here. Let me clear all this. Let me add same. Instead of NE, we have to use GT. It should be greater than what? Should be greater than 10. Okay, now here we have what is the field name? Underscore ID. So here change it to underscore. Now it is returning from 11, right? Started from 11 till 20. Now sometimes they will ask range I want all those documents whose ID value is in between 14 to 18. Then here we can use comparison operators with multiple conditions, right? Our ID value should be greater than 40 and less than 18. Which operator we will use? As an operator we have to use plus that comparison only, right? Then apart from comparison operators, what else you have to use? And operator. That comes under which category? Logical operators. So we have to use the combination of logical operators and comparison operators. So here I have added that operator as well. So let me just scroll down. Here we have and operator. How to use and operator? Matches document that satisfies all the conditions in the array. Now see here the syntax. First we have to take document, then we have to use and operator. How to use and operator? Dollar and colon. Then we have to assign one array, and in that object again we have to write conditions. Okay, little complex syntax, but let me explain. Let me make it simple. So here I will add first dollar greater than is done, right? Dollar less than. And then fifth one, let me add here dollar greater than equal to $6 less than equal to. Okay, no need to explain the meaning of the operators, right? Already you are aware of that. So let me just check whether operator names are same or not. So less than, greater than, equals to. What is it? GT. So we have to use GT. And here also, I think less T. Okay. 7.4 dollar and now we have to utilize the combination of these three operators. Okay, combination of these three. How do you do? What is the syntax? db dot your whatever collection name you will have dot find function. Okay, up to here understood. Then what you have to pass? One object. Then you have to use dollar and whose value should be colon. What should be colon? Array. Okay. So if you don't remember, no need to worry. Even if you forget syntax, no need to worry. Always you will have the access of internet. Go and check the documentation. That's okay. So I don't remember. I always forget because I teach MongoDB in 4 months one time or 3 months one time. So I can't remember this. That's why I make it document. And I just, if I feel that if I forgot something, I will just go and check the documentation. Okay. That is how software engineers should be. So when you start using something on regular basis, automatically you will be able to remember. If you are using something very rarely, then obviously as a human, we will forget. So in that case, no need to panic. Just go to the internet, go to the documentation, check. In interview, this is also one of the questions. They will ask, let's assume that you know one concept and suddenly you forgot on the time when you want to use it. So what you will do? So maximum what pressures will tell? Sir, we don't forget. We have that intelligence. We never forget. So that is how a normal pressure will tell because of he don't know. So we should not use that answer. What we have to do, even if I forget, I will go and refer the documentation. That's it. Now they will ask, let's assume that there is one concept, but you don't know that concept is present. So what you will do? In that case, if I come to know there is some concept which I don't know, in that case, I will go to the documentation, spend some time on it. I first understand that concept. Then I will try to analyze with my requirement. Is it matching? If yes, then I will utilize. That is how a software engineer is. That's why you will get a lot of time to do a small task also. Even if you want to create login page, they will give you 2-3 hours. So they will ask you to design the best possible way, or they will directly give you one design. Okay, so there will be a designer team, UI UX designer team. They will use the tools like Figma. They will create design, and that design they will provide you. Nothing but template they will provide. In that Figma, everything will be available. What background color you have to use, what color you have to use, how much width you have to use, how much height you have to use, how what should be the border width, what should be the border radius curve. Every information will be provided by designer. So as a developer, you will not use your brain to decide what should be the width, how much height it should be. All those you will not do. Everything will given by the designer. As per that designer only you have to do. But if you join any small scale companies, then there will be no designers. There will be directly UI developer or front end developer. Now you will sit with the business team. So there will be someone from the business team. He will tell the requirement. I want login page. This login page should look like this, like this. But that business team will not have much technical knowledge, right? In that case, he won't give you this all those values. Then you have to guess and you have to do. Okay, once you're done, you have to show him. Is it okay? If he say yes, then take in written. Don't believe in words. Okay. So always take in written, because sometimes they will say, I did not say it, but you done like this. They will say to do, then they will reverse. They will say, I did not do, told you. That's why always we have to take in the written forms. Okay. Don't panic. Even if you are fresher, you should say, okay, you told me this requirement, give me in the written form. Written form means now they have to mail you, or we will be using some platforms like Slack. In the Slack, they have to tell. So we don't use like WhatsApp or Telegram. In industry, we use something called Slack or Discord. There is a platform called Discord. So that Discord or Slack or Microsoft Teams, such kind of platforms we have, where all your teammates will be connected with each other. This kind of trainings you will get in the internship. So we have internship, right? There, all this process will be explained. They will make you habit with this process. That is the only point intention of our internship program. Okay. So let's go to this AND operator. See, after AND operator, one array. And then what we have to do inside this array, how many conditions you want to write, that many objects you have to add. Now, how many conditions we have here? Our requirement is to find the documents in between 15 to 18, right? So two conditions. So two objects. Now here you use your operator. Which operator? Our ID value should be greater than 14, right? Or equals to 14. Dollar greater than or equals to 14. Next, dollar less than equals to 18. This is how we have to write. Okay. Copy this, go back here and paste it. Let's try. What is our collection name? Students. Something went wrong. On top level operator. Just try. So I did not mention the value, right? So now what we have to do here, first underscore ID, then one object, then greater than equals to 40. And here also underscore ID, whose value should be one more object. Then here I have to use dollar. Now we got 14 like this complex operator, like using these operators, this many advantages we have. We can access the documents based on certain conditions. Okay. So initially, if you don't remember, not to worry, always refer the documentations and write the this conditions. I mean, write the comments. Okay. Now, who will do in real time? Who will write all these conditions? The person who is explicitly working on database. So as a full stack engineer, you will never use command prompt. You will use applications like Node Express or Spring Boot or maybe .NET, ASP.NET, and you will write similar commands. You will have their predefined functions and objects. Okay. So this is how AND operator less than equals to greater than equals to. Next. Let's assume that I have a requirement that I need to find all those documents whose CT value is Hyderabad or Delhi. Hyderabad or Delhi. In that case, we can go with OR. If I come to the documentation, let's check the syntax of OR operator. So dollar. So same concept is same. So matches documents that satisfies at least one condition. Means here how many conditions you will write? Any document which satisfies at least minimum one condition, it will be listed out. That's so can we try now? Same syntax, just instead of and what we have to use? And instead of underscore ID, we have to use Indian city. And whose value should be equal to, right? PQ equal to what? Delhi or Hyderabad. So here also same. DN underscore city value should be equal to Hyderabad. Okay, so we got Delhi spelling right now. What they have added Hyderabad spelling. Hyderabad or not? Again, you Indian spelling you can run, right? Right? Yeah, we have to add right. Indian city. Okay. We got how many? Two. So what are those? Delhi and Hyderabad. So like this, I will give lot of assignments to you. Nearly 30, 40 questions I will give. Now you have to sit and you have to write. Like this use cases I will give. I will give one question. Find all those documents whose city is Hyderabad or maybe Delhi. So you have to write the command and you have to show, you have to print it. How many operators we are done now? 8 operators. Next. Dollar exist. What is the use of this operator now? Matches document where field exists or does not exist. Field. Now see, here field exists, true or false. Example, this phone number we have to pass, exist, true or false. find the documents where the phone number field exists only. Okay. See here, let's assume that I want to find the document whose phone number is this one. Okay. So how to do? db dot students dot find. Then what we have to add? One object in that field name. What is our field name? Phone or mobile, what they have given phone. Here we have to add phone, whose value should be one more object, then dollar exist colon whose value should be true or false. It should be one more value or true or false. Check documentation. Exist true. Will exist. So basically here, what is the use of this one? It will check whether this field is present in the documents or not. If yes, all those documents it should return, I think. So it will return all the documents now, because in all the documents we have. Suppose we are trying to find a field which is not present. For example, I will write here my phone. Okay. And in this case, it will not. Now, if you say false, what is the meaning of this? It will result, it will print all those documents in which my phone field is not present. So in this case, all documents should come, because there is no document in which my phone is present. Okay, just based on field name, if you want to check document is present or not, in that case, you can go with this operator. Exist. What is the use of not in operator or in operator? For this, you need to understand array operators. Okay. Can you guess? But it is used for array purpose. If you have any field whose value is array, on those fields, you can use this dollar in operator and dollar not in. Okay, on arrays, not on the single field. So let me just check what we are done now. Equal to we know, not equals to we know, greater than we know, greater than equals to no, we know, less than we know, less than equals to we know. Dollar in we have to discuss, done. Logical and is done, or is done, not operator. So what is the use of not operator? Based on, you can write certain conditions, the documents which doesn't satisfy those conditions, those documents will be written. Okay. What is the NOR operator? Yeah. Now this is also one of the interview question. Difference between not and opposite of or opposite of or. So not means matches document that do not satisfy a specified condition. Nor means matches documents do not satisfy any of the condition in the array. So it is exactly opposite to or operator. Or in or you can in the array you can write multiple conditions. So any one condition should satisfy. But in nor, document should satisfy all the conditions, given all the conditions. If you are writing 4 conditions, the document which satisfies all the 4 conditions, only those documents will be written. Okay. So can we use this NOR operator? Can we try? Okay, because this is a little bit new to you guys. Dollar. Okay. So what conditions we can write here? Let me just check what we can write. I want to find all those documents which are greater than 10. That is first condition. Second, I want its city should be Indore. Okay. And gender should be female. I want all those documents whose ID should be greater than 10. First condition. city should be in Indore, and third one is gender should be female. Three conditions you want to write. So let's go back here. db dot students dot find. Always for each and every example you write. You don't use these arrows, guys. I am using arrows, but you don't use. Why? Because if you start using arrows, 100% you cannot remember commands. So when you write multiple times, automatically there will be certain commands which will fix in your mind. Okay. So fine. What we have to do here? An object, then dollar nor whose value should be one array. That again, how many conditions? That many object. Three conditions, three object. And based on which field you want, underscore ID. Underscore ID should be greater than 10. Okay, that is the first condition. In second, based on for Indian city, right? Underscore city. Again, one object whose value should be equal to Indore. Have you guys went Indore? Okay, Indore is famous for clean city, India's cleanest city. I think from last 3 times, right? 3 or 4 times in the. And next, what we have to do? Gender. Whose value should again equals to 50. Okay. But then 1 3 y came. What we were expecting, that document did not come. Anything wrong we are doing? Score ID greater than 10. Indian city equals to in the gender is satisfying all this condition. Means this is quite opposite to not operator, I feel. In not operator, matches document that do not satisfy a specified condition. Only one condition we can write. But multiple conditions, if you want to write, then go with no. You want to write only one condition and you want to check whether any document is not satisfying that, print that. In that case, go with not. But if you want to write multiple conditions, then go with not. Go with no. Okay. This is that's why people ask the difference between not and not between or and. If you want to check documents which doesn't satisfy based on one condition, then we have to go with not operator, and multiple conditions with nor. Okay, be careful with this, guys, because nor operator I think we don't have in the JavaScript. Okay, so this is logical operators. We have covered all. So how many operators are done now? 10 now. Next, what we have to learn? Remaining operators we have to learn. Okay, project. Now this project operator we are going to use with the aggregation concept. Limit, sort, pop, push, text, element match, all, type. I think exist is already done. So more 10 operators I will teach. Okay, based on array field. Based on array field also we can use, we have certain operator. Means the field whose value is array. Only on those fields we can use those operators. Field whose value is array. Only on those operators we can use certain operators like push pop. Push pop you can use only on those operator fields is if your value is string or number or object, then you cannot use push and pop. The push operator appends a specified value to an array field in a document. If the field doesn't exist, push will create it. Pop. Like this, we will see tomorrow remaining operators. Okay. So I will give you 3 PDFs. The first PDF is related to your operators. Second is related to your yesterday's one-to-one relationship. I have added all this. And next, one-to-many. One-to-many we have, and many-to-many also I have added here only. Many-to-many. Okay. So these 3 PDFs I will update in your GitHub. Yeah, that's all, guys. So how you guys are feeling? Both sessions? Are you able to manage or feeling hectic now? Huh? So